Hello, greetings. So, welcome to another tutorial once again. So, in today's tutorial, we are going to break another design down as we have started the last time, the design breakdown series. So, this is the series 2. So, without wasting much time, don't forget to like, subscribe, and also give a comment. So, this is the design that we are going to break down today. You can see it's a very beautiful birthday design created. So without wasting much time, I've already had the resources here. So we are just going to start right away. So I'll hide this. Then the next thing that we are going to do is the background. So this is the background, right? This is the background. All I did is to import the background and drag here, this side here, right? This side, drag it so that it could be big. Don't drag here. Please don't drag here, right? Don't also drag here, so you can see that's how I was able to get this, right? So you can see I could just place it at the center, then I tap on relative positioning so that it can be at the center. So the next thing I did is to lock it. Then after bringing in the background, I moved towards bringing in the image of the birthday, the person celebrating the birthday. So the image was small. The same thing I did for the background, the same thing I also did here. I just had to drag here, right? Drag here to be so big, right? So big. So drag here to be so big. Now, if you look at this image, the first background, we use relative positioning to position the background at the center. But this image, if you look at this side here, the space here is bigger than this space. So when you tap on relative position, it will not be at the center. So you need to use your eyes. So this is how I was able to place it at the center, just using my eyes. So I used the same shadow we created the last time. In my last video, series 1 of design breakdown, I've already explained how I was able to create this shadow. So um do what to check out that video. So the next thing I did is to write the name of the person celebrating the birthday. So I place it here using my grid line. Place it here. So you can see place it here using my grid, right? So you can see. So the next thing I did after placing it here is to bring in a line. So let me show you how I created this line, even though I did in the series 1. So you create a shape, right? That's the latest. You create a shape here, then you drag here like this, so you can see. After that, then you make it small, or like the depending on where you want to place it, right? This one I have to make it align with the name, so that's why I make it so small. So I made it small so you can see like this. So that's what I did. So after that, I had to um write his positioning, right? But before the positioning, I had to write +1, which is the anyone who is celebrating his birthday is +1. New age added to his age. So this is the +1, right? This is the +1. You can see it here. This is it. So this is how I was able to get it. I created a shape. So after creating the shape, I increased the radius to 100. So after increasing the radius to 100, I reduce it to the size that I want to place it on, the size that I want, that I know that it will fit the design. So after that, I copied it again, and I had to just increase here, right? Increase here. Then the next thing I did is to reduce the opacity, right? So can you see that I was able to get it? So you can see this is how I was able to get it. So you can see. So yeah, that's it. So the next thing I did is to um write happy birthday. So this is the happy birthday wishes. So right, I wrote the happy birthday wishes. So it was very long. I used ChatGTP. I told him to write a birthday wish for me. It should be very long. So I decreased the size to 5. So we can see it here, 5. You can see 5. Yeah. So let me see. So 5. But before even I did this, I placed a shape here, right? This shape. Now let me show you. This is the shape, right? So just to give the design the visibility and make it unique, that's why I brought this shape here. So this is how I was able to create it. I just brought in a shape like this. So I drag here, right? The down here. I drag it so that it will be long, right? So after making it long, I tap over here, this thing here. So I made it like this, curve it a little bit, then place it here. So do you see? That's how I was able to get it. So more of the time you are working on a design, you just need to be a little bit creative. Then you can come up with something unique. So that's how I was able to create this. So let's move straight to the next thing, which is I wrote the name. So you can see his positioning. So I wrote it, and I also had to. So these are the positioning here. These are the positioning here. So if you can see under the position, I did something there, which is bringing a line, the same line that we created here, right? The same line that we created using the shape, the same line I created. But after creating the line, I did something, which is I went to eraser tool. So after going to eraser tool, I increased my eraser a little bit. So then I clean here, right? Can you see? Then I clean here as well. So that's how I was able to get it. So you can see that's how I was able to get the line here. So the next thing that we are going to be doing is the shape. So I brought this shape. So after working on the design, I saw that I don't have a happy birthday on the design, even though I had +1 here. So I wanted to add a happy birthday here, right? So that people will know that it's her birthday. So I just place a shape so that contrast it should show. That's why I use that color. So I just wrote happy birthday, and the next thing is my name. So you can see the design. It's so simple. This is the design. This is what we created. So if you can look at this place here, you can see that the font I use is the same as this one, but I use I think that's light. Let's take for example that is Montserrat. I use Montserrat light instead of this place. I use bold, so I just use light, right? So you can see this is very simple. When you see this design, you might not know how this person was able to create this design, but with just watching this video, you can be able to create something similar or even replicate this design by yourself. So thank you once again for watching. See you in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also give a comment.